We're just on the edge of Narma Bay where the town meets the desert and about to go quad biking. There's lots and lots of quad bike trips all day long. The one I'm going on now is the sunset trip. It's the most popular. This is begins about an hour before the sun goes down and we come back in the darkness. It's a beautiful trip. You get the sun shadows across the mountains. You get this beautiful late evening. The stars come out. It's a wonderful trip of the day. Strangely, camels riding side by side with four-wheel motorbikes have not caused quite the stir that you might expect. On the contrary, these two methods of transportation, at variable speeds, seem to complement each other. The quad bike pound, where your chariot awaits, is quite an impressive sight with upwards of 100 bikes all lined up in neat rows ready to go. This is where the fun begins, as the first part of the event is the dressing up. There is absolutely no point in taking a bike into the desert unless you dress either like Lawrence of Arabia or Mad Max. This is fancy dress on wheels, so you need to look the part. You need the shades, you need the headscarf. Let them do it, guys. I've seen people put this together. They strangle themselves, they hang themselves, they do all sorts. It looks great. The skill is to make sure that it won't slip while you're out riding, but leaving enough room for your shades to sit nicely between the spaces of your eyes. Next is a demonstration of how to operate the controls of the quad bike. This takes anything from 2 minutes to a month, after which the guide will either lead you on your merry way or recommend that you lie on the beach. Oh, alright, so quad biking isn't for everyone, but the controls really are that simple, and hey, you can always sit on the back as a passenger. Both manual and automatic bikes are available. The first few hundred metres are a series of stops and starts as riders get used to the gears and accelerators. Amazingly, it doesn't take long at all to master this, even for people who have never ridden a bike before. A short trip along the back road soon leads into the desert, where the mountains meet the sand, and then suddenly, after a week of bars, hotels, dive boats and souvenir shops, you realise that you're not lashing it up on a Spanish resort island, but actually in the middle of the Sinai Desert, with all its beauty and vastness. There are 2 or 3 stops during the trips. Firstly, a Bedouin watering hole, where you can buy traditional Bedouin Coca-Cola, 7-Up or Fanta. The group then mount its horses and heads off for a healthy burst down desert tracks, sometimes reaching distances 7 kilometres into the Sinai. There is a short stop at the Echo Temple, where it's strictly engines off and silence all round. The formation of the surrounding rocks allows echoes to the power of 3 or 4 to be heard ringing across the mountain ranges.
What's your name?
John.
1, 2, 3.
John! Good. Allora, un'altra cosa ragazzi, non attaccati dal motorino, non attaccati.
After a great blast around more tracks and over a series of humps and bumps, our guide leads the group into a huge quad bike car park, situated next to an equally huge Bedouin cafe, a kind of drive-in establishment if you like. Tea was served and a few stories swapped. Everyone's hair was grey after a light coating of the desert blown up from the bike in front, and a few muscles were aching. But all were in agreement that quad biking is tremendous fun, and they were all having a great time. The final push home is in the dark, with headlights on and a few kilometres to cover back into Narma. It has been a trip to remember. For more information about quad